Okay, so welcome to my Mercedes Silverdream. This is a clip which will show you just around the van and some of the features. Now, regarding the headlights, you've got headlights, fog lights, xenon lights, and they've also got these turning assist lights, which as you turn the steering wheel left or right, they will come on to illuminate the direction that you are traveling. Now, as we can see, these are very reliable vans. This one is a 2010 of May. I'll just show you the mirrors. They have a 3 locking position. So in regards to when you park, if you want to turn them in so people don't bump into them. Inside, you can actually see the cockpit and have a nice wood grain finish. Speaker system, there is a Alpine 800 X800D navigation system. There are stereo system connected to speakers in the back of the cabin. Bucket seats with suede covers, and then as well as that, the passenger seat is also located on a swivel, so you can turn and enjoy the dining facilities. Now, if you're looking for the gas bottles, this is where you will find them. So there are 2 alu gas bottles. They cost €29 each to fill, and effectively they're 5.5 kilo empty and 11 kilos when filled up. This is the vent for the fridge. You then have the vent. There is a gas oven inside of this one. The fridge also has a separate freezer compartment. This is where you'll find the toilet cassette, and there is a second cassette for changing. The doors here have a magnetic locking system, or should I say magnetic holding system. There is actually an independent outdoor shower here, so if you've been to the beach, you see here, you just connect in, and then you've got, this will also run hot and cold water. Now, in regards to here, there is a tap which is for this hot and cold water outdoor shower, and then this button is actually for the grey water discharge. So you press it when you accumulate your grey water and you need to empty it. You just press it and it will open, and the grey water discharges at the back of the van just behind the rear wheel. Now, the rear wheel is also where you will find the fresh water will discharge. The fresh water you fill here, so just next to the garage door. So that's where you fill the fresh water, and it's good, best if you have a hose. I've done it with a gardening pot, but the fresh water you can actually see here, this is the stopcock, and so if you turn this back towards you, that will release and empty the fresh water tank. Now, as you can see, this has an absolutely huge garage, as they call it, and it's large enough to fit 2 bikes, 2 full-size adult bikes, and also fit a moped, believe it or not. So anyway, you'll see just how big it is. But when we look in here, you can see this is where the Waco Cine power is. So you see here the button, tip up or tip down. Actually, there's only one battery in here, but it's a big one, 800 amps. And if you're looking for where the battery is located, you can see down here, there's the battery in there. Okay, so that's the battery for power in the cabin if you're wanting to go off grid, so to speak, and go and hang out in the forest and be completely self-sufficient. So this van is actually designed for summer and winter use. You can also see there is an alarm system in here as well, and as well as that, there is a little door, and that door you can in fact enter into the cabin from as well. Okay, and you will also notice there is a duct here, and this is for heating. So this is a heated rear garage, and it has a checker plate floor, which was an extra, and it also has inside it, you can see I've got the main battery off at the moment, it's disconnected, but it has lights, and you also have rails for tying your items down to make sure they don't shift in transit. Okay, so let's keep coming around. You have in here, this is where you will find the water pump. Okay, so the water pump from the company Shoreflow and Lily. Okay, and then you have also, your water filter, And as well as that, you have the Webasto system is located in here. The fuse box, this is the fuse box for the cabin, is located in here. And then you also have an electronic battery charger, which is located, and then you have a power system here as well. Okay, so that gives you, this is where you'll find the cables. There's also some WD-40 in there, which is always handy, and as well as that, there's the Makita T-pieces, and you have some tools, some basic tools right there as well. So anyway, when you finish with whatever you're doing in here, you close it and then make sure you lock it with the key. Now this is where you find the electric. Okay, so when you're hooking up to a campground, you put your electric cable in there. Sure enough, the driver's section, and in the driver's section, just to give you an idea, lights, this is programmed so the driving lights are always on. You have here an independent button, so if you actually pull this button out, this gives you fog lights. So you see there, you can see the fog lights there. So if you pull the button out, gives you fog lights. And then as well as that, what you have here, this is for a reversing camera. The reversing camera comes up on the satellite navi, and then you have a button here that is to activate it at any point in time if you just want to have a look, or when you put the car into reverse, the reversing camera will come on. So far as this particular Alpine, this is also reversing, and when you have the camera up, you can actually press this button here and it will show you different angles of what you are looking at. And as well as that, if you press the on off, that will switch from a front camera to a back camera and vice versa, and the mode will show you up to 4 different positions. You have here, this is for the windscreen wipers. So wipers, you push it in if you want to get the squirt function to clean your windscreen, and this is also your high beam, so you push forward for your high beam, and then you have your different wiper speeds just here as well. And as well as that, you can see there where it says for the high beam back and forward. The other lever here, this is for cruise control. So tip it up, and when you're cruising on the motorway, tip it up, it will lock the cruise control on, and it can also help you increase the speed. Bring it down, it'll help you reduce the speed. And then you also have here a speed limiter, which once again you can see you push it on. There's a little light here that'll come on yellow, and then you can actually limit what speed you want to go. You wouldn't really want to take a van like this higher than 120 kilometers an hour. The reason is, first of all, the fuel economy will kill you. Secondly, there is a satellite, a semi-solar satellite on the roof, and it is not recommended to drive any faster than a maximum, absolute maximum of 130. It is a very comfortable van to cruise in. It'll cruise all day long at 100, 110. And as well as that, your fuel economy will be quite reasonable at around 7.2 litres per 100 kilometres, which is quite fair considering the weight of this van being just under 3 tonnes. Now regarding the air conditioning and these controls here, as mentioned, your hazard lights, you can see the red diamond, the on-off switch to my just here, that is for the reversing camera. The other on-off switch is if you are wanting to independently operate the stereo system outside of the main car battery. So as I said, the main car battery is disconnected, but the battery for the cabin is connected, and that's why we can see the cabin light is lighting up. We can see the screen is on, and sure enough, you can have your radio, you can have your music. Let's see, let's hook in. You can have your music running off the cabin battery, not the main car battery. Okay, so anyway, I think that's a little bit of sitar music. Yeah, so looking at the cabin again, you've got plenty of storage here. You've got internal lighting, you've got sunglasses storage, you've got map storage just over the dash, you've got indoor storage for your drink water bottles. You've really got everything. And last of all, one of the most important things, this is where you're going to find your petrol or your diesel cap. So this is where you fill your car up. Okay, so that's your diesel. You've got here Mercedes-Benz service, 24 hours. You've also got here the details of the vehicle, such as its weight, maximum, etc. You've got here your tires, tire pressure, what's recommended. So anyway, that's pretty much what I want to show you from the outside of the van. And what we'll do is the next clip will actually be to have a look at the inside of the van. So again, if you're renting this, this is a very reliable van. It's been checked by Mercedes, it's been checked by Vanna in Germany, who actually manufactured it. It's recently had its yearly check by the OEMTC, which is the driving regulatory body here in Austria, and it's also, you know, well equipped for summer and winter travel. So you can also head up into the snow, you can park it up, you can program your Webasto, give you a nice 22-23 degrees Celsius inside all night. But the most important thing with this, it's also made what they call a monocoque design, so it's a single shell. It's made of fiberglass, and these are fantastic for keeping the heat in and keeping the heat out. So in other words, it doesn't act as a conductor of heat. So let's go and have a look now inside the cabin.